How's Tessa? Was she able to go today?
No.
Do you think she'll be back this week, long term, anything?
I don't know. I hope. Yeah.
That was the one question of the day. Everybody's good?
The easy answer.
South Dakota State, just what have you seen kind of standing up for them, obviously trying to keep the team focused on the game at hand?
I mean, they are a team that's pretty disciplined. They're probably going to pack it in on us, make a shoot from the outside, probably cover up our bigs and try to crowd their space a little bit. And then they go in transition. They can shoot the ball. They play well together. They share the ball. They move it. They make you pay if you have lapses in your defense. They probably hit with a little bit of an injury bug. Their starting point guard hasn't played in a couple of games, so I don't know if she'll play, but we're prepared for her.
I imagine you're a bit more comfortable with the team forcing you to shoot the three this year than maybe in years past at this point.
We are definitely shooting it more confidently and willingly. So, I mean, I'm excited to see if they do pack it in on us, how well we handle that, because we really haven't had anyone really just pack it in like I think South Dakota State is capable of doing. You watch a little bit of film from last year, and they really packed it in. So I think psychologically our players hopefully will be prepared for it, because no matter what they're in, I want us shooting it as confidently as we've shot it the past couple of games.
What's the Thanksgiving schedule like? In game Monday, game Friday, are the kids going to get to go home at all, or are they going to stick around?
Negative. We'll have Monday we play, we're off on Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday we'll practice, and then we'll play on Friday. Yeah.
Don't y'all have anything over at your house or anything?
No, up in the McGuire room.
Oh, okay.
We're us and men's basketball. We'll do a meal together.
Going back to the Clemson game, you told us before the game you kind of wanted to look at the man-to-man defense a little more. Did you notice anything on film for maybe why that worked better Thursday in the first two games?
It's called practice. Really making a concerted effort to be better in that. I mean, I think we got burned pretty bad in the Notre Dame game, and then follow up with the Maryland game. So we had to make sure that we're getting better, and I think our players are making an effort to get better.
I'm sorry. Just kind of a broader one here, but Utah and Iowa, two more top 5 teams, go down this week. UCLA had a scare with Princeton. Like, what are you just seeing in terms of parity across women's basketball early in the season this year?
I mean, women's basketball is bursting at the seams. We are a sport in which there is parity, there is excitement, and I do think people, whether we want to believe it or not, they get excited about upsets. They get excited about the favorites aren't always the winning team. So that's pretty cool to have in our game, as long as it escapes us.
I was going to say, as a competitor, does that just kind of excite you to know that Target is, so big on a program like this that you are going to face a lot of good teams to get your team better?
Yeah, I mean, even without having a target on our back, we've been good for years. So we're always going to carry that, and people are always going to get up to play us. And I don't think that's any different. I think it all boils down to how we prep. I think we've been a program that's prepped pretty good. There really hasn't been anybody to catch us off guard. We may have lost some games, but it wasn't anything we weren't anticipating.
What's standing out to you about the way this team practices and preps this many games in?
What stands out is we don't practice well. We do not practice like we play in games, which is really weird. But we're getting better. I think individual by individual, they're taking it a little bit more seriously. We're young, that's why. We're young. They don't really know, what it is to prep. They're prepped for whoever, high school or junior college, is a lot of different than what we prep. Like we really get into to the depth of our opponent. Like really get into them. Like you got to know your stuff. You got to know personnel. You got to know, because we switch a whole lot, so you can't just know, okay, the bigs do this. No, you got to know what the guards do, what they like to do. You got to know their, high frequency sets that they like to run. Like you got to know late game situations, what they're going to run. you really got to prep and study for it. And if you're not used to it, it can catch you off guard a little bit. And it has for our youngsters. And fortunately, they are learning, like, because they stick out when they don't know what they're supposed to do, and they don't like seeing themselves in that position.
Ja and Walker got some extended playing time against Clemson. How have you seen their development, and especially if Tessa can't go for a while, do you expect their minutes to continue?
Yeah, I mean, if everybody's got to step in, everybody. I thought Sakima gave us some great minutes. I mean, she played extended, like she played for the entire fourth quarter, and she did a great job rotating over, being big, scoring, and then Ja. You know, we're trying to move Ja around a little bit, so we played on the perimeter some. And you know, that's hard. That's hard because we're trying to get her to perfect one position, and then when Tessa goes down, we need her to practice there. We need her to play in some games there, and slowly she's embracing it. But we're gonna have to be patient with her because her instincts isn't like, guard decisions. So we got to get her there.
How do you flip that switch as far as practice mentality? Is it just repetition and things will get there eventually, or is it creative messaging or anything like that?
It's all of the above. You gotta trick them. Like, you gotta trick them into, believing. And it's not, it's how they process stuff. So, I think I've probably have been very patient in communicating with them, and then probably impatient at other times, because I do give them the benefit of doubt, like, make different mistakes, don't make the same mistakes. But I think we're in a program in which I think the players encourage each other. They're tight. They want them to do well, but they don't lower their standards for the type of play that we need from each and every individual. So I really do like that. But they're very, very encouraging when someone's going through just the uncomfort of growing.